Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just giving it a few more minutes for everyone to pop in.
Thank you.
Danielle. Hi, this is Janet. I have a question as long as we're waiting. I'm new to proximity learning.
Mhm.
And I have signed up for the live teacher training this Monday. Is that when I will get my ProxU account so that I can log into all the things that I need to log into?
Yeah, so starting on once you go through the training sessions is when you're going to get access to everything.
Okay.
Yep.
But I'm still supposed to be watching all of these presentations and joining this week.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So today, this week is kind of more of the kickoff, just to kind of get you guys to meet the teams and kind of listen in on everything. And then next week would start the training sessions.
Okay, and this afternoon is the Canvas training session.
I'll have to let Shelly or someone on the other teams confirm that.
Okay, well, that's what's on the schedule.
Okay.
But my question is, I will be attending that session to hopefully learn as much as I can learn. But sometimes I can't log into the things because I don't have a ProxU account. Do you know if that's going to interfere this afternoon?
I don't think that you guys, again, I don't know what you'll be covering this afternoon. So again, it might be a question for the L&D team. So Shanna or Shelly, I don't know if you guys know offhand or
You
something
should be,
to follow up on.
yeah, you should be able to access everything. All of the presentations will be in ProxU and you will have access to that come Monday once you are in your cohorts and you finish that training with Odalise Pacheco, which is one of the learning and development specialists of instruction. But as we're going through the presentation today, if you guys need the link, you will have access to that.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, Shanna. Okay, I think we have a pretty good turnout right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. Okay. Okay, so first off, thank you everyone for joining. So we are going to walk through kind of the product team, so the makeout of the product team, who's on it, and we'll go through a little bit of what we do and kind of what your role will be kind of to help our team going forward. So to start off, I'll kind of walk you through who's on the team. So my name is Danielle, and so I head up the product team. Our team, I would say, is fairly new. We probably have been around for a few years, but it's really over the past year and a half or so that we actually started to build up the team. I really was kind of a one-man show just a few years ago, kind of starting to build up the structure. So on our team right now, we have Catherine Crabtree, who's on the call right now listening in. So she joined about a year ago. She was actually a former teacher that we kind of pulled over into the product space and just has been a really huge asset, and really, especially since she kind of understands the teacher side and really can kind of bring that point of view into what we do. It's been a really big asset for the team, and definitely she's a voice on behalf of all of you guys on the call. Jessie Beach is a newest member of our team. So she just joined a couple of months ago, so at the start of the summer. And so she's another product specialist. She comes from the product space. She also has a background in coding and has multiple degrees in cybersecurity and project management. And so comes with a wealth of knowledge as well on the product team. And then we work with a couple of other resources to help us with our quality assurance testing, overseeing some of our technical resources, and then also our design and user experience specialist, Hilda, who helps us make sure that our screens are intuitive and that we're kind of continuing to improve as we move forward. And so that's kind of the makeout of our team. And then sitting behind us, we also have a team of development resources. They are located in India. And these are our teams that are helping us build some of the products that we work on today. And so again, we have a team of about 5 developers right now. We're going through a little bit of restructure over there. But we meet with these people every day, and they're kind of helping us really to build and develop our tool set. And just for everyone's kind of reference point, I know some of you guys have been with the company, prior to this year, and some of you guys are new. So our team specifically manages a system that we call PLI Connect. It's a system that we built from the ground up. And it's really connecting some of the different tools that we use. So we're integrated with our sales platform, our CRM HubSpot. We're integrated with Canvas, the learning management system, Zoom, Talent Ed, which is where we're pulling in some of the new hire data. And our system really helps to onboard districts quickly. So we have a tool where districts are able to come in and actually upload all of their student enrollments, and they're able to add all the necessary documentation that we need so that we can get you guys matched to the classes and get everything set up correctly in Canvas and Zoom and other systems that are needed. And so that's really where our team comes in is helping to kind of connect the dots and all of that. So just wanted to give everyone a little bit of the background for those of you that are new to the company. And you'll be learning more about these systems and platforms, over the next few days and through your training sessions next week. So on our side, we're kind of restructuring, and I just wanted to share this screen with you guys so that you guys really understand that we're really here to support all of you guys. You guys we consider you guys one of our core customers, and we're building the platforms and the systems, and what we're working on is to hopefully make your experience better within the company. So that's really what we're here for. And the district is kind of the other side of that, where they're our customer, right? And we're trying to make sure that their experience when they come in is a positive experience, and that they're able to get to everything that they need in the quickest, and most efficient way possible. And so that's where I really wanted to show you that we're kind of restructuring our team around kind of these 2 groups. And we're trying to make sure we have dedicated resources that are going to be here for all of you guys. And so that when you come into the systems, if you're finding things that, are not working, are not working great or can be improved, that's really the goal. That's where we come in, right? Our team. And we want to make sure that we're making those improvements so that you're able to do what you need to do in the best way possible. And so I really want to show this to you guys so that you guys can understand, how our team is structuring and where our focus areas are. And so I want to get a little bit more into what is it exactly that we're doing day to day behind the scenes. So again, kind of just product, when you throw that word out there, especially within proximity, we're not selling our product like a lot of companies do, right? Our product really is all of you guys, right? You're out there helping the students and teaching students every day. We're here, as I mentioned, to kind of support you. Our team itself, we're not specifically doing the coding, right? We have a team of developers in India that are helping us to do the coding and the programming. We're not tech support. We're building up a solutions team in the company, and they're the ones who are going to be providing the support that you guys need day to day. If there is an issue in the system, that's when our team will come in and make sure that it gets resolved. But we are not the ones that will be dealing with the day-to-day customer support issues that come in. Again, we're not the ones setting up the hardware. We're not the ones doing kind of more of that computer stuff, that we like to say. That's not really what our team is doing. And so that's kind of, I just wanted to make sure to start there, because I know there's some confusion sometimes when it comes to that. 1 second, there we go. Let me just get to the next slide. So what do we really do? And so our team really is unique because we sit kind of at the intersection of the business, right? The core functionality that the business needs. Like, we're here to support what you guys need, but we're also sitting kind of at that intersection of the technology team, right? So we're building new tool sets and we're integrating and we're looking for technology improvements that we can make to help get things done in a more efficient way. And then user experience is a big part of what we do as well, because we want want to make sure that when you guys are in there using the tools and the platforms that we have, you're having a good experience while you're in there. And so that's a big part of what we focus on and that we're trying to look at every day. So our team is really working to understand all of the customer needs. So understanding what you guys need when you're coming in, understanding what the district needs, understanding what our internal business teams need, and what are the business objectives, what are the company objectives, so that what we're building is actually aligning to the company goals and to each of the different teams' goals. And so we're taking some of these ideas and we're trying to turn them into something tangible. So we're, kind of the first step is really understanding and advocating for user needs and pain points. So when we hear that there's a process that's not efficient or it's manual, or you guys come in and something in the system is not clear, that's where we want to come in and try to make it better. And so we have what we call a product roadmap, and this is kind of our guidelines for what we're going to build for that year. And so we, again, try to align this to the company goals. We try to align this to our internal product goals. Where do we want to go with the product for that year? And then that's kind of what's driving our plans for going forward. And so we're always having to kind of juggle, what's going to provide the most value and what can we deliver in the quickest time. And that's helping us decide what we're going to work on. And we'll kind of get into that in a second. And then we take all those different, ideas and turn them into product features and capabilities. And then we're kind of building that out. We're testing it and then delivering that out to all of our end users, and constantly just monitoring the market, staying on top of, trends and trying to make sure that we're looking at technologies that we can potentially leverage that will make everyone's jobs better and easier within the company. And so that's kind of what our team is focusing on day to day. And so again, how are we doing it? How do we take all of these ideas, right, and figure out what should we be working on? And so we're constantly looking at, what is the business value, as I mentioned, versus the effort to get that done. And so we're really trying to focus on things that are very high value for the company, but are not extremely high effort. And that's the stuff that we really want to be focusing on in our day to day. But we always also want to keep on our minds, what are some of those things that might be higher effort, but are going to put us in another level, or kind of going to really change something, like push us out and give us a competitive advantage. And so we're kind of always keeping some of those items on our back burner that we can kind of look at and kind of break down and hopefully get to at some point. So those are our longer term goals. And then things that really are not going to provide as much value, those are some of the things that we'll try to weed out and make sure that we're not focusing our time on those items until they do prove that they're going to be a higher value to the company and to each of the different teams. And so we operate using Agile and Scrum methodologies. So some of you guys have probably heard that. I know that's definitely a buzzword these days. A lot of different companies are kind of adapting that, and a lot of different, it applies really not just to the product technology space, but can really apply to any business team or any kind of group out there. And so we're really, what we're kind of doing is taking all of those ideas that we hear from different teams or that we kind of have on our roadmap and breaking them down. And then we work with our development team in what we call 2-week sprints. And so every 2 weeks, we're pushing new ideas in. We're breaking down what the requirements are, what the estimates are from a technical standpoint, and then we're pushing it through a 2-week cycle with our development team, so that every 2 weeks we can hopefully be releasing new features, new enhancements, or bug fixes. So when we do find issues in the system, again, it will kind of go through this cycle, and then at the end of that, we'll have something that we can deliver out to all of our end users. And so again, we're constantly getting feedback across all of the different teams. And this is where, again, hopefully we'll be hearing more feedback from all of you guys as you guys are in our different tool sets and help us really figure out, like, what are some of the items that we need to work on and focus on, or what are some new ideas that we can start pushing through this process, and just make sure that we're kind of constantly evolving. And one of our goals really is that, as I mentioned, we can iterate fast, get feedback often, and pivot as needed. So if we are building something and it's just not working, not being used, or there's just, just some issues with it, that we're able to kind of pivot really quickly and move on to something else, or kind of change the way that we're doing it to make it more beneficial for all of our end users. And so that's how we operate within our team. And so just high level, we just kind of wanted to go through a few of the new things we've been working on this past year that all of you guys will be able to see when you guys log into the system for the new year. So a couple of highlights is we built out a portal. It's a one-stop shop, kind of central location for all of you guys to get access to everything that you need. So from here, for all of the new hire teachers, we'll have a set of tasks so that when you come in there, you'll be able to see, here are all the things that I need to get completed before we get started, right? Before we start assigning classes to you guys, here's all the important stuff that I need to get done. And you'll be able to see this in one central location. All of the access to get help. So all of the solutions team links. So if you need to call, if you want to live chat, or if you want to submit a ticket, all of that can be done from this portal page. You can get access to all of the quick links that you'll need in your day-to-day. So whether you need to get into Canvas or other systems, it will all be located in one place, and you won't have to dig through emails going forward to find all that information. And then we'll also have access to a bunch of resources and documents all in one easy place that you'll be able to search. And all of that can be accessible from this one kind of landing page. Robust kind of teacher profile for you guys to come in and fill out. When are you available? What are some of your schedule preferences for the year? What subjects do you want to teach? Are there subjects you guys don't want to teach? So we can take all of that stuff into consideration when we are matching you all to classes. All of your certifications will be tracked within this profile. So you'll be able to see at any point, what your certifications are looking like, when they're going to expire. All of that, again, will be accessible within PLI Connect. And then in terms of enrollment, once all of your profile information has been filled out, our programs team will be personally matching you guys into classes based on a set criteria. I don't know if you guys have met with them yet or if that's coming up, but definitely you'll be learning more about what that process looks like. And then additionally, we'll have an open jobs dashboard where you guys will be able to come in and see if there are any courses that are open and have not been assigned yet that you guys will be free to grab and just enroll directly from that dashboard. There will be subbing events and potentially other content jobs that will be available, again, that if you have some free time and want to pick up some extra work, you'll be able to actually enroll right from that page. And then we're also working on building out a mobile application. And this we're hoping to launch in the fall, and this will give you the ability to access a lot of what you see in PLI Connect. So in terms of all of your enrollments, your teacher profile, availability, and some of the other information that you're able to access from the web, you'll be able to do that directly from a mobile application going forward as well. So we're really excited to launch that in the near future. And then just in terms of ongoing engagement, we're building out some new concepts within the tool in terms of everyone will be receiving badges upon completion of select milestones. So once you guys complete training, everyone's going to earn a badge for training completion. And then we have a set of other criteria that you guys can earn badges. And so then you'll be able to see a leaderboard of all teachers and who's kind of at the top of that leaderboard, right, based on the badges that they've earned. So you guys can kind of have a little competition amongst all of you guys in terms of your work throughout the year. And then lastly, just on that portal landing page, we're kind of trying to build up more of a community for you guys. So it's called Tribe, and it will just be an outlet for you guys to actually go in within your different subject areas and actually talk amongst each other and communicate best practices, ideas, and just share information in an easy fashion. Whereas I know in the past, we didn't really have a great place for teachers to do that. And then always check back for alerts, events, if there's any special news or highlights, all of that will kind of be posted on this central location for you guys to check in on. And as I mentioned, we're constantly evolving and hoping to add new things. And that's really where we're hoping to get some feedback from you guys and what you'd like to see or what could help make your day-to-day, a better experience within the company. And so that kind of leads me to my last point, is how can you guys get engaged with our team? And so we would love for you guys to kind of be able to submit ongoing feedback and ideas. I did put the email in here right now that you guys are able to email directly. And then that will that will shoot into one of the tools that we manage internally, and we'll be able to see all of the feedback and who submitted it. So if you have ideas, or if you just have suggestions on what could be made better within certain systems, that's an easy way to kind of reach us. And we do plan to be adding this directly into the portal, so you'll be able to just easily click a button and just shoot us feedback directly in the portal while you're in there every day. If you do have issues, feel free to send those over to the solutions team, and they'll make sure that that gets up to our team as well. Especially if you're experiencing an issue that's preventing you from doing something in the systems, we want to hear about that to make sure that we can get that resolved for you guys as quickly as possible. We also do quarterly voice of customer sessions. And so again, we are always looking for volunteers to participate in that. And so usually what we try to do in those sessions is either takes a new feature that we're trying to release and get some feedback before we actually push that out to everyone, or potentially go through some existing features that are already live and get feedback on how you're using it. What do you like about it, and what can we improve, and how can we make it better? And so we're trying to do that every quarter. And as I mentioned, we're always looking for new participants to give us new feedback. And we will be handing out badges this year for anyone who does participate in these sessions. And then lastly, a new feature that we're hoping to get live in the fall is being able to vote on new features that are coming up on our roadmap. So you guys will actually be able to come in and let us know what are some of the items that you'd like to see as top priority, and that will help us figure out how to prioritize things on our side, just to make sure that your expectations are being met, and that we're staying close in contact with what you guys would like to see going forward. And so I think that was the main things on our side. And then really quick, I just wanted to show you a quick sneak peek of our mobile app. So you guys can kind of see what this will look like. I don't know, I know some of you guys have probably been in our system. Some people might not have seen it yet. And so some of this will make a little bit more sense as you go through training. But again, within the mobile app, you'll be able to see what your availability that you've set is. You'll be able to see all of the courses that you're enrolled in a calendar and list view. All of your schedule preferences that you set will be visible from the mobile app, and you can make updates at any time from the application directly. So again, you don't need to be at your computer to do that. And then you'll be able to see all of your profile information, all of the badges that you've earned, certifications, and you'll be able to access the Open Jobs dashboard, so you can enroll directly from the mobile application if there is a job that you want to pick up that you are free to take. So all of this will kind of be at your disposal from your mobile application in addition to the web. And then you can also contact support from your mobile app. So if you are in the middle of teaching and you have an issue that pops up and you just want to quickly grab your phone and shoot a chat out to the solutions team, you'll be able to do that from your mobile app once this goes live as well. So we just wanted to highlight a couple of new features that you guys can expect to see in the new year. So I think that really covers it for our team. We just wanted to really give you a glimpse into what we do day to day, and again, really your role and how you guys can help us to make the tools that you guys are using better. And so we definitely look forward to working with you guys this year, and are so excited to have you all on board for the new year ahead.